Hello everyone, and today's video we'll be having a look at what is a heat wave. Now, this is a special video different from the normal ones I do, which I predict the weather forecast. And firstly, I do want to say I have not been uploading a while, and my uploading schedule has been pretty down recently, and that is all down to one problem, and that is my project. But now, hopefully now that is over, that is out of the way, and I can start everything again. But you guys know me. Last time when I could upload, I do these kind of videos just so I can make it back. And here, there we go. That's another one that I've done because, of course, why I care about everyone, every single one of you guys who subscribes to my channel, likes my channel, and likes my videos and comments or even share. That does one bit to the YouTube algorithm, and guess what? My videos go popular. But again, guys, I do care about you guys a lot, and this is why I do these kind of special videos for you guys. Just because when I can't upload, there's some things I need to do. I do try to announce it in advance for 24, 48 hours, but I can't always do that, and I can't always do that because I'm actually very, very busy, which I don't have the time to do. But of course, I'm gonna do this type of video for everyone again every single time there's something that's happening, or most of the time. Sometimes if there's really, really critical things going on, I might delay this and I might just go on to the actual weather forecast instead and keep this special video type later. But guys, this is what I mean. I do like doing these videos with you guys, especially after I have not been uploading for quite a while. And here we go. That's because I, of course, again, just because I care about you guys, here's another special video by you guys. Today's topic will be what is a heat wave. Now, some of you guys in the comment section especially tell me this is summer, oh, this is not heat wave, this is summer, it's normal for this to happen. But you guys are actually wrong. Some of you guys are correct and some of you guys are wrong. If you guys look at this video and if you're confused on what heat wave is, okay, you can watch this video throughout. But some of you in the comments, I do get why you would say that, because it is climate change, more and more hotter weather is coming. But some of you are questioning if there's a heat wave or not. But I do know my stuff, and I do know what my heat wave do know what a heat wave is. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video. Another reason why. And actually, it's actually going to be really, really interesting to see the results on why it's a heat wave. And you guys in the comment section, if you guys have been saying it's not a heat wave, you guys will see why we call it a heat wave. Not even I. That this is an official system by Met Office, which is actually the heat wave. I know there's a picture here which I'll put credit on towards the end of this video with the link in the description, as well as the link on the PowerPoint in case I do not have enough time to put in the description. But now here, the what counts as a heat wave. Don't look at this one just yet on the left hand side of the screen. So we've got this statement right here. This is a correct statement. In simple terms, a heat wave happens in your location. You enter your location, wherever, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Midlands, Wales, wherever, East Anglia, London. So a heat wave happens in your location when the temperature is at least XX degrees. Now, the reason why I don't put a fixed degree, the reason why I say XX degrees is this. Yes, this depends on all your location. Like some location, it depends on your geography. Like some often people in, for example, I don't know, London will be having a heat wave while people in, I'll say Aberdeenshire, that's in Scotland, will not. And I'll go on to why in a second. But this XX degrees needs to be 3 days or more. That's two golden rules. It needs to be XX degrees, at least XX degrees for 3 days or more. And again, the second one, it has to be 3 days or more. If it's 2 days, doesn't count. It has to be 3 days or more. But now, this is how we do it. Substitute the values in. So the first step is you have to find your location or the county that you live in on the left hand side of the screen. So this is right here. Personally, I'll just choose London just for an example. But London, you can see this is a color down here. And once you've locked in that answer, you want to go on the second step, which is looking at the color of your area. So I've done an example here. London, dark red, 28 degrees indicated by the key up here, which is just up towards the top of the screen there. Top of the map, actually, I should say. But London, as you can see in there, it is filled in that borough with dark red, and that shows here on here 28 degrees dark red if you cannot read it here. So that XX will be substituted into 28 degrees. Or another example, if you're in Scotland, you're in that kind of a lighter location, the lightest tone, and which this says 25 degrees, so you put 25 degrees on there. Simple as that. Just look at your borough, what borough you're in, and then substitute that XX inside that quotes or statement on there. The first step, again, like I said, XX means your temperature, your location needs to exceed. So we've got a pretty handful of statements we can use here from the examples on the next slide, which is, again, this statement here, heat wave needs to happen in your location when the temperature is at least XX degrees for 3 days or more. This depends on your location. First example, a heat wave happens in Scotland when the temperature is at least 25 degrees for 3 days or more. And the reason how you find that out is because you've got that lightest shade on there, which shows 25 degrees on the key right there. Now, another example 2. A heat wave happens in East Anglia. That's right here, down here on this southeastern England, not on the actual southeastern coast, on the southeastern England or eastern England, if you want to call it. But a heat wave happens in East Anglia when the temperature is at least 27 degrees or 3 days or more. How do I know this? Because of the color. This color matches with this color, in which it says 27 degrees. And the reason for that, and again, for the same thing, you substitute 27 inside XX, and this is what you get. Now, another example is a heat wave happens in London when the temperature at least 28 degrees for 3 days or more. So again, look into that color, look into that how many degrees it is, and then substitute the degrees. I think you're getting hang of it now. Example 4, heat wave in Western Wales when the temperature is at least 25 degrees for 3 days or more. Again, the same drill, same pattern, substitute, find the color, find the degrees inside of it, substitute it in your statement, and that's how you get it. Finally, example 5, a heat wave happens in the Midlands, that's in the middle of the country, and when the temperature is at least 25 degrees for 3 days or more. So all these, one thing in common, again, the magic rule, 3 days or more, has to be 3 days or more, otherwise this doesn't work. 2 days doesn't work, 1 day doesn't work either. But here's some scenarios to test some of you, because these are common mistakes that some people make. So the first one, these statements are just made up. These are not actual statements, but these are statements that I've just typed them in. So scenario 1, I'm in London, the temperature rose up to 30 degrees on Monday, then 27 degrees on Tuesday, and back up to 29 degrees on Wednesday. This is a heat wave. Now going back to this one, you can see London is inside that 28 degrees threshold, and it says 30 degrees. That's the first day. 27 degrees, and then 29 degrees. This person has called a heat wave. True or false? And here, true or false? And actually, take a time for it to work out, and this answer is actually false. And the reason for this is because the temperature has dropped down to 27 degrees on Tuesday, which does not meet the threshold for a heat wave in London for 3 days consecutively. So we've got Monday, that counts. Tuesday doesn't count because it's below 28 degrees, but back to 29 on Wednesday, still is a break, so it doesn't count. And scenario 2, I'm currently in Scotland, the temperature is 24 degrees for the past few days. This does not count as a heat wave. Take a time for it to work out again. Scotland's threshold is 25 degrees. So if the temperature is 24 degrees for the past few days, this does not count as a heat wave. Very, very simple one right here. And the answer to that is true. Scotland's heat wave threshold is 25 degrees and 24 degrees does not meet the requirements even though it's a past few days. So two magic ingredients, one magic ingredient doesn't, if one of the magic ingredient is true but the other one is not true, then it's still not a heat wave. It has to be both of them to be true in order to spark up a heat wave. Without further ado, let's move on to this one, quite a long one here. I'm currently in Northern Ireland. The temperature is 26 degrees for 1 minute at the afternoon, and this has actually been happening for the past week. And this person say this is not a heat wave because it reached 26 degrees for only 1 minute. So the thing we're talking about here, Northern Ireland, the threshold for a heat wave in Northern Ireland is 25 degrees if you remember, and it reached 26 degrees for 1 minute. So to have a think about this 26 degrees in 1 minute, I do see some people make this mistake. They say if it's only for like I don't know 1-2 minutes, it doesn't count because it's so short. But the actual answer to this, if you don't know, is actually false, because this is still a heat wave even though it exceeded the heat wave threshold for only 1 minute. This means it still counts. Doesn't matter, 1 second it still counts, but I don't think anyone is gonna actually count that. But it has to be certified to be over this 26 degrees. Certified to be over your heat wave threshold in order for this. However short it is, that we do not care. It just has to go up to that day in around I don't know. It just has to go up to that heat wave threshold. Now this is another common one in scenario 4. Now this one is, in order for a heat wave to happen in the UK, you will need to at least have a certain amount of temperature for 4 days or more. So have a think. The start statement, what does it say? It says how many days or more? 2, 3, 4 days. And have a think, true or false. And again, some of you might have noticed it says 4 days or more. This is actually wrong, because in order for a heat wave to happen in the UK, you need to have at least a certain amount of temperature for 3 days or more, not 4 days or more. I know, very, very strict in terms of the heat wave counting, but it is what it is. Now, last one of this video, scenario 5. I'm in East Anglia. In the past 9 days, the temperatures have peaked at 26.9 degrees in the afternoon. The threshold for the heat wave in my location is 27 degrees, but 26.9 degrees is still close enough to be 27, so this technically counts as a heat wave. And again, some of you thinking 26.9 degrees rounding up to 27 degrees will actually count as a heat wave, but for this counting as a heat wave, we actually don't round up, which makes this statement false. Because in order for a heat wave to occur, you need to be exactly, and I mean exactly, or higher than your temperature threshold. Even though this is 26.9 degrees, as close as it is, it needs to be over 27 degrees in East Anglia. So for this is again not true. So again, however close it is, it's still false. Now, how to find more information? Use the link below. This is the link taking me towards the Met Office Heatwave website, in which I got the image at the start. So credits to Met Office team. But for more information about Heatwave by the official Met Office team, click on this link right here. This will probably still be in the link in the description. But to summarize the true main point in this video, heat wave happens in your location when the temperature is at least 86 degrees for 3 days or more, and this depends on your location. So that's all for this video. Hope you understand how heat wave works, what actually requires for a heat wave to actually start up or spark up. So I hope I've cleared some confusion out of this, and also thank you for listening to this. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and tomorrow we'll be back to normal videos. But tomorrow I think we are starting to see heat wave signs hinting heat wave signs again from most of the models. So I have to look at that into tomorrow's video. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, goodbye.